Hey guys, welcome back to Motorcycle Maintenance Channel. On this episode, we're going to show you how to change the brake fluid on this 2006 CBR1000rr. Stay tuned. First thing we're going to do is unscrew the reservoir cap. Starts with this little safety clip here. And unscrew here. Pull out the cap, pull out the diaphragm. You'll notice that before I did this, I covered the bike with rags because brake fluid will take the paint off of your motorcycle. Next, take a syringe and we will remove the dirty brake fluid. I'm doing this because when I suck it through the calipers, I don't want to suck dirty brake fluid through the lines. I'm going to try to suck clean brake fluid through the lines. You can do it without doing this step, but then you're putting a bunch of dirty brake fluid through the lines. Which is fine, I mean you just have to run more through there. You don't want to go too low because you don't want to risk putting any air bubbles in there. So do that. Get some new brake fluid. We have Motul 600. We'll fill it up to the brim. All right. I believe it's .4. It is .4. Okay, now that we got that, we'll go over to the other side of the motorcycle. Pull the little rubber nipple off. Like so. We'll attach our hose. There we go. So we're going to clamp down on the brake lever all the way, and then we'll open it. We'll open this drain plug here, and I'm purposefully starting on the clutch side, the caliper furthest away from the reservoir. There we go. You'll see it coming out. I'm holding the brake lever. As long as that thing remains open, I will hold the brake lever. Now with this hand, I'm going to squeeze with our vacuum line and pull it out. Now if I didn't have this thing to squeeze out the brake fluid, what I would do is I would take my wrench and I will close this line. Oops, I think I'm opening it. Close that line before I can release the brake lever. You want to make sure that this line is good and closed before you release the brake lever, or you will risk getting air bubbles into your line. Okay, now I can release the brake lever. I'll top off the brake fluid. Squeeze the line again. Give it a couple pumps. And open. Let's close. There we go, open. When it's open, you'll notice that the brake lever gets weak. That's okay, just hold it open. And then you can close again before you can release the line. I prefer this way other than vacuuming it out, so you don't have to use a vacuum tool. And the reason I prefer it that way is because sometimes this thing will suck too much fluid out of there too quick, and then you'll get brake fluid in you'll get air bubbles in your line, which is the last thing you want. It makes the job horrible. So I'm going to take this little rubber cap off, just like on the other side. Now we're on the clutch side. I'm going to put on a little adapter. Get an 8mm wrench, just like before. Squeeze this as hard as we can, and then open the line. And there it goes. Now let's squeeze, create suction here. And then close the line. And when I close it, I can now release the brake. I'll squeeze the brake again, pump it a few times, open the line. Close it back up. It's closed. I can release the brake. Give it some more pumps. Hold it down again and open. And we'll just keep doing that until we run all the old brake fluid out of there and it turns clean like applesauce or apple juice. Maybe a light beer. All right, looks pretty clean compared to what came out. You can see the colors there in the hose. See, it's darker and it's lighter, so now clean fluid's coming out, which is good. That's what we want. All right. There we go. Now we'll just fill up the reservoir, diaphragm and cap. Put those in there. Screw it tight. Tighten up our little clip here on the side. And our sun protector sock. Ready to go. Now, this bike has a hydraulic clutch, which is right here. So we're gonna go ahead and replace that fluid while we're here. Just like before. Screw the little safety cap. Take out the cap and diaphragm. And syringe out the old fluid. And look at that. That clutch fluid is nasty. It's brown. And that's not a coincidence. It's nastier than the other side because these cables run around the radiator and to the really hot engine to help hydraulically open the clutch. Okay. Put in some new fluid to run through the lines. Take our protective smock. And it's no different procedure. The only thing different is the little nipple is going to be over here on the clutch instead of the caliper. Attach this here. All right, get my wrench. Okay, just like before. Oh, that's why we have that there, huh? Squeeze our clutch lever in. Oh, unlike before, that is not an 8mm. That's probably a 10. Squeeze it. And while it's squeezed, we can open it. And we will shut it. Unsqueeze it. Squeeze. And open. There it goes. You see it come out. Close. Unsqueeze. Squeeze. Open. Close. Close. Unsqueeze. Open. All right, to reach the rear brake reservoir, there's 2 screws in here. So to get to them, we're going to remove the passenger side foot peg. I'm using an 8mm Allen key. And just undoing these bolts here. You don't have to, completely take it apart. That'll stay there. But it's just so that you can access this down here. Okay. And this nut here looks like it's a 10mm. Get a 10mm socket. All right, and now we will unscrew the cap. Just two Phillips head screwdrivers, two Phillips head screws. There we go. All right. We still want this in a very vertical position. Take off the cap and diaphragm, like so. And we will go get our receptacle to dump that fluid into. Alright. And just like the other ones, I'm going to syringe out the old fluid so we don't run dirty fluid through the lines. And not too much so. Because again, number one goal is no air in the lines. Put in our clean fluid. Set it there. Okay, attach our little hose onto the rear brake caliper nipple. And just like before, hold the brake line down and open. Close it, open the brake line. Hold it down, open. Close it, open the brake line. And it's the same motion. I guess you guys are getting the idea. The idea is to have this closed before you release your brake. Release your brake, maybe give it some pumps. Hold it all the way down, open it, and you can feel the pressure leave, but do not let it open before you close it again, or you'll get air in your line. And we're just going to keep doing this until it comes out clean.
Don't leave me here high and dry. Oh.
And the manual says to do this every 12,000 miles on Hondas. So, won't have to do this again for 12,000 miles. That's right, cicadas. That's right. I feel like they gave me a round of applause. Or they're just mating. Alright guys, that's how you change the brake fluid in a 2006 CBR1000rr. And as an extra bonus, we did the clutch fluid because on this year bike, they have hydraulic clutches, which uses brake fluid. So while we were there, we changed it out. Thanks for watching. See you next episode.